Hello and welcome to the Voices of Victory podcast show. I am your host, Mario DeLeone, and this is the Filter of Life. The big idea is life isn't just what happens to us. It's how we interpret what happens through a mental filter. Every experience runs through a mental filter that shapes your perception. The filter determines how you understand, react, and respond to the world. The two parts are the scope and category. It defines this powerful filter. Let's talk about scope. What is scope? Scope is the size, clarity, and distance of an experience in your mind. It could be in the form of a picture, like a camera lens analogy, and it could be a movie analogy. So think of a scope like a camera lens. How wide, close, or focused is your internal image? So you might have a picture of, let's say, a family member in your mind, and the size, clarity, and distance of that is going to have an impact. How big or small is the picture? How close up or far away is that mental picture? How sharp and clear or fuzzy is that picture? Because there is a distinction between close up and far away. If it's close to you, like if you close your eyes and you see a picture, let's say, of a family member and they happen to be close up and it happens to be very intense, well, that's going to say a whole lot in terms of the distance. And the movie analogy is like watching a movie. The scope can affect how real or intense the experience feels. So the same thing goes. The way you mentally frame an experience determines its emotional impact on you. So let's break it down. If it's small and distant, there's less of an emotional impact. If it's blurry and unclear, then guess what? There's maybe uncertainty and doubt surrounding it. If it's large and clear, it can be a strong emotional response. So when it comes to PTSD, images, bad memories, all of this comes into play as scope. Let's go into category. What is category? Well, it's the same event, different labels, completely different experiences. So the big idea of category is the meaning or label you assign to the experience. So how your mind works is when something happens, your mind doesn't just see it, it literally names it. So the label you give becomes the category, and that label determines your emotional and behavioral response. So is it danger, fight or flight response? Is it failure, withdrawal and discouraged? Opportunity, there's excitement and action, or is there confidence, like empowerment and progress? So you can see how this can impact everything. Now, why this matters. The big idea is your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, they all stem from these two concepts, the scope and the category. If you have an image or a memory in your mind, if it's small, distant, and blurry, you're likely to feel doubt or fear about it. And the mental image may lack clarity and presence. Now, when the image is big, close, and clear, you'll feel energized and confident. And the mental image is vivid and, of course, compelling. So let's take a look at an example, like the imposter syndrome explanation. It's pretty typical. So this explains why people who are successful on paper can still feel like imposters. Their mental image doesn't match their external reality. And that's the thing. The imagination and the real life world may not line up. Let's go from here. With the confidence connection, the big idea with confidence is that when you change the scope, that changes emotion instantly. So what you feel confident about, if you think of something you do feel confident about, it could be a large image, it could be close and vivid, it could be very clear in your mind. Now, what you don't feel confident about, if you think of something you don't feel confident about, it could be a small image, far away, blurry, unclear, and maybe not so visual. And there are people that have difficulty forming images in their mind, but one way to actually do it, for those people that have trouble visualizing, is you narrate and speak what you wish to see out loud with some emotional energy. And then your brain will start forming some pictures. The confidence connection, right, is that the big idea is changing scope changes emotion instantly. The key takeaway is your brain is responding to how you mentally represent it, not just the facts. So if you have an internal image in your mind, shift the internal image and you shift your emotional experience. So yes, people that do have bad memories or snapshots in their mind, when you start to close your eyes, pull those images up, and you decide to alter them, you decide to shape-shift what you're seeing in your mind, you're going to change that whole entire scope, right? It's going to change everything. Try this mental exercise. The big idea is you can reprogram your mind using your own mental images. I also talk about eye movement integration here on this channel, and eye movement integration is a great way to do it as well. Well, you pick your target. You want to choose something you want to be more confident in. So you pick your target first. You notice a current image in your mind. You close your eyes and notice how you see it in your mind, how you can visualize it. If you have trouble visualizing it, verbalize it out loud. Tell yourself what you wish to see out loud. Then the picture will show up. You transform that picture. You make it bigger, closer, clearer, brighter, and stronger. This can increase the intensity. Like if you're not really excited about a particular idea, you could intensify that idea. Make the picture bigger, closer, clearer, brighter. Feel the shift and hold that image and notice how your body and feelings actually shift. Practice this regularly. Repeat the process regularly to strengthen that new pattern. And what that's going to do is each time you run this pattern, it creates a new neural pathway in the brain. So the closing truth to this wonderful presentation, the big idea, is if you change how you see things mentally, and you'll change your life emotionally as well. Your brain interprets. Your brain is interpreting life, not just experiencing it. And there's silent forces. The scope and category are literally the silent forces that shape your every moment. And your life is not about being perfect. It's about self-mastery, the awareness and conscious control of self-mastery. In other words, you're just constantly working on yourself over and over again. And that's what self-mastery is all about. It's about mastering those aspects. And final thought, when you understand the filter, you can adjust the lens and you can reframe the meaning of a mental picture or a mental movie that your brain actually has. That's all for today. Don't forget, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and share this with somebody who needs to know. Have a great day. See you on the next video.